Disclaimer, warning. Do not go and harass anyone mentioned in this video. Those who are anonymous chose to be anonymous. This is part 3. So go watch the other 2 videos, which will be linked in the description of this video. If you don't like it, move to a different video. So recently I have been reached out to by a few people about my videos on the Sleepy situation. And so when I decided to ask what Sleepy said her age was to them, here's what they said. 14, 15, 13, 17. One who reached out to me says that Sleepy has been hinting about being over the age of 17. And if she is, then we have a pedophile on our hands. She also is planning to do an apology video. And Sleepy, if you're seeing this video, I want you to know that no matter how many times you keep pushing back and refusing to actually apologize to the people you've hurt, you will never be a good person. And if you are over the age of 17, then stop dating minors, you creep.
Okay, so basically, we met in, I want to say, April of 2021, so about 6 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, in an Eddsworld game. And so, a little bit, like a couple months after that, I was like, okay, I really have feelings for her. So I friended her on Discord and I confessed my feelings, and then we started dating after that. And we have been dating ever since, well, we were dating ever since, I want to say 2024, maybe September-ish. And then that's kind of where it all went downhill, of her saying, of her quote-unquote sister saying that she first off a plane into the ocean or something like that. And then it was her sister saying that she jumped off of a building. And I think she said she was maybe 15, 15, 16. And she told me that she was born December 17th, I want to say. But she also kept saying that she had memory loss and how she couldn't remember everything exactly. So I had to search up a lot of things. She told me that she was born in December 2018 and that she was 15. So I searched it up. I can't exactly remember how old you are in 2018. But I searched it up and it was just like, clearly it was a lie. So I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, it was definitely a lie. But she was basically saying that she was 15, and I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. I don't really care. And again, we started dating. We were dating ever since September-ish of 2024. And then this one time, me, AJ, and Sleepy, Mixie, whatever you want to call her, AJ was trying to be funny, like he's a really funny person, like all the time. So all 3 of us were joking around in a video game on Roblox, in a game on Roblox. And he said something funny, and we were joking about it, and then she just randomly, like, got mad, crashed out, left the game, and then in the small group chat we had between all 3 of us, she was like, I'm gonna kill, I'm gonna da 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 da, and we were like, why? What's wrong? And she wouldn't tell us, so we didn't hear from her after a little bit, and then a couple days later, a day or 2 later, I can't really remember, her quote unquote little sister was like, oh yeah, she jumped off a plane into an ocean. And I'm just like, how do you manage to do that? And then I kept asking her little sister a bunch of questions. And then she was avoiding the questions. And so her little sister was like, oh, sorry, I meant to say she jumped off a building. And I'm like, what does that even, like, what? How does that even work? How do you make that up? And why would you even lie about yourself? Like, how does. I don't get it. Like, how does that even work? And then, maybe a week or two later, Mixie, the actual Mixie, or I think it was, came back online and she was like, oh, sorry, I was just like really stressed about everything. And I'm like, stressed about what? Like, how do you manage to do that? Oh, yeah, she definitely didn't want to take responsibility for any of the drama. And whenever she wanted to break up with somebody, specifically me and or AJ, she would just make up a bunch of lies on how she killed herself, how she was gonna end her own life, how it was just like a whole entire mess. So eventually she quote unquote killed herself again, and I'm just like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna block you, Sleepy, I mean, not AJ. I'm just gonna block her. I'm done with this. And then she actually reached out to AJ one day, and I unblocked her. She kind of apologized. We started dating again, whatever. And then one time in school, at the end of school, when I was walking with AJ, actually, I opened Discord up because I had messages from Sleepy and some of my other friends. And Sleepy basically told me, oh, I'm gonna break up with you. So I started to break down in tears. And AJ was like, what's wrong? Like, why are you crying? And I'm like, Sleepy just broke up with me. And he was like, oh, I'll talk to her later. So I basically just shut down my account. I wasn't talking to anybody. I was only talking to AJ. I was trying to resolve the problem with Sleepy because I really didn't want to break up with her at the time. And then we started dating again. This is maybe the third time that we started dating again. And then that's when she got with Lucko. Or no, it's not. She started dating AJ. She didn't really explain why she wanted to break up with me. I think she said it was just because she was stressed about whatever. I'm not exactly sure. But it's just like. And then she started dating me and AJ at the same time. And then she broke up with me again. This wasn't the same day. This was like a couple months after the thing. Then she started dating AJ and Lucko, and then she broke up with AJ. Her and Lucko had a fight. She broke up with Lucko for a little bit, and then that was just the whole ordeal. And it was like a complete mess. Yeah, that's basically what she did with me and AJ when her and Lucko were dating. She was constantly complaining about how he wasn't listening to her, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with you and Lucko because I'm not Lucko, I'm not you. I don't want to hear about this. I have my own problems. Like, it's just messy. And then AJ, he started dating one of my other friends. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't think she'll be okay with that. But he started dating another friend, and AJ felt, I don't mean to bash AJ in any way, but he basically felt jealous because the girl he was dating had another partner, and in the server they were all in, I can't really talk right now. In the server they were all in, AJ basically was venting about her, not Sleepy, but the other girl, whatever. and basically saying how he felt jealous that the other girl was hanging out with her other partner more than him. So Sleepy was like, "Oh, you need to break up with her. You need to break up with her." And so AJ eventually broke up with her. And again, I don't mean to bash AJ or anybody mentioned in this, except for Sleepy, obviously, but I'm I mean to bash her because she's just a vile person. But he eventually broke up with the girl, and it was just a whole entire mess after that. They eventually dragged me along with it, and I'm just like, I'm not dating any of you guys, so I'm just gonna try and stay out of it. And obviously, that did not happen. So, yeah, just like a whole thing now. Yeah, it's just, I don't get it. I really don't. And then, a couple months ago, when Sleepy got hacked, she brought my friend, I'm not gonna say names again, but she brought another friend of mine into the situation, and my friend actually got hacked by the same person who got Sleepy hacked. So I was actually so furious about that I wanted to friend Sleepy and message her and ask why she brought my friend into all of that, but I just kept my mouth shut. I just said to my friend, I think that's stupid, and that she needs to deal with her own problems and not bring you into it. And my friend was like, yeah, I don't really understand why she did that. So we were kind of scrambling about my friend getting hacked, and I kept telling her, save my username, friend me once you get a different account, like, make sure you don't fall for this again. Like, again, friend my user once you get another account. And the same thing happened to me a couple years ago, 1 or 2 years ago. I fell for a hacker and fell for it, and here I am with a new account. And yeah, it's kind of stupid that people would do this, but hey.
What Sleepy has done, she's talked like a lot about her fans and all that stuff. And basically, I don't really know how to explain it, but like when she rejected Kel, yeah, that's the name, right? Kel, um, basically, she like kinda kept on shoving it in my face. Not like shoving it. She just kept on like bragging about it because like she just thought it was like cool that like she just rejected Kel. And I just kinda found her and I kinda found that pretty weird. Some stuff that she like role played in the server that I used to be in was also like very strange and all that stuff. It was like I don't like particularly remember any like parts about it, but I do know like they were like very weird and like could be considered as like inappropriate and all that stuff. So like yeah. And basically Sleepy was just kind of a weird person in general. Like I don't know why. Whenever there was like no, actually I'm not gonna say that. Like sorry that I keep on messing about word. I'm not like kinda used to this. But like whenever there was like any type of fight or like situation, she always tried to make herself the victim. And although I don't think this is really bad, it's just like kind of annoying as well. It's just like really weird. My son, she really tried to victimize herself a lot. And yeah. So like, that's, like, a lot of stuff that she did. And, like, oh, and also I remember this. I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff happened. She, like, a few times she faked her multiple. Sorry. She faked her death, like, multiple times. And, like, she, like, had this quote unquote friend that was like texting Kels, like Paul AU. I don't know if that's what they go by now. But like anyways, they basically faked their death. They do that multiple times actually. And yeah, they were just like saying how the quote unquote friend was saying like, oh, how like Sleepy died and all that shit. She also faked on being like getting like stabbed and all that stuff. And also she faked having cancer. And also, I don't know if this was Kel or Sleepy, I might be wrong. Sorry if I am, but I'm pretty sure Sleepy like sent or like Lesh and all that stuff, and it was just like a very uncomfortable situation.
And while I was talking with people, and they brought up the fact that CB said that she offed her debt. Here's what the messages say.
Unless she is with the criminals of that kind, which I doubt she is truly lying. Aside the fact the story changes, first the dad is now died in an accident. Is just question mark? Oh yeah, let me say this. She told me and the others her mom tried to her. Gun shop. There has to be one around there. That's how I killed my dad. Sleepy told me and Lily that she was getting daily, and that she murdered my old dad. Also, she told Lily that she used to go to shooting classes and it costed her $1,000.
Also, yesterday, I was in a call with a group of the people who had to deal with Sleepy yesterday, last night, and we were trying to get Sleepy on call, and she continuously kept making excuses because she knew she was going to get confronted. She just didn't want to hear it because she believes that she's not in the wrong. But after, trying to get her onto the call, this is what she said in her group chat, trying to make us seem like the bad guy and we're just DMing random people to yell at them.
Trick or treat for Halloween. Better give a treat that's good to eat if you want to keep